and girls. So we're going to talk about hibernating and migrating. So before we get started, what do we do at the top of our paper? We write our name at the top of the paper. You're right. Awesome job. All right. So when we talk about hibernating, that's what some animals do. Like this picture here is a bear. Bears hibernate in the winter because it's very cold, so that means they sleep most of the winter. A butterfly, like we read about yesterday, they do what we call migrating. And when they migrate, that means they move from a cold location or a cold area to a warmer area. So a butterfly, you might see it fly south or fly maybe to Florida for the winter. Where our bears here in Pennsylvania, they stay here all winter long and they sleep. So we're going to go through and talk about some other animals that either hibernate or migrate. Are you ready? All right, so let's talk about the duck. Okay, so what do you think he does? Do you think he hibernates or do you think he migrates? So I'm going to give you a little hint. A lot of our flying friends, they're going to migrate. So ducks actually fly in addition to swimming. So we're going to put ducks under migrating. So ducks migrate for the winter. That means they fly south for the winter. All right, here's the next one. Giraffe. What do you think a giraffe does? Do you think the giraffe hibernates or do you think the giraffe migrates? Giraffes actually migrate. They move to a warmer location in the wintertime. All right, our next one is a whale. A whale, do you think it hibernates or does it migrate? Hibernate or migrate? A whale actually migrates. So you might think, well, that's silly, he lives in the water. Well, he actually moves more south in the water, so it's in warmer water. So we can put a whale as migrating. All right, let's look at our next one. Our next one, if you can see this little picture, this is a squirrel. Do you think squirrels hibernate or migrate? We've got squirrels around here. Did you see them in the winter time? If you saw them in the winter, that would mean that they hibernated. But if you didn't see any in the winter time, that means they must have migrated. What do you think? Squirrels actually hibernate. So you can see our little squirrel in this picture here has a little nut. He stocks up on nuts for the whole winter, and then he lives off of those nuts throughout the winter. All right, here's our next one. We've got a turtle. Now, turtles, do they hibernate or do they migrate? Hibernate or migrate? Turtles also migrate. They move to warmer temperatures in the wintertime. All right, let's go on to our next one. Our next one is a zebra. So let's think, would a zebra hibernate or migrate? Hibernate or migrate? A zebra also migrates. So him and the rest of his crew of zebras, they all move south to warmer weather. They actually sometimes walk as far as over 100 miles to get to warmer weather. All right, let's talk about the next one. Our next one is a lizard. Do you think lizards hibernate or migrate? What do you think? Hibernate or migrate? Lizards actually hibernate in the wintertime. So we can go ahead and put that in hibernate. All right, let's do our next one. This is a tricky one. So this is a bat. So do you think the bat hibernates or migrates? We have a couple species of bats that live here in Pennsylvania. So what do you think? Did you see them in the winter? Did they hibernate or did they migrate? Did you not see any in the winter? What do you think? This one's actually a trick question because 3 species of bats in Pennsylvania, they actually migrate. but there are 2 species that hibernate. So that was a trick question. So if you said either one, you're right. I'm going to put it over by migrate since more migrate in the winter time. All right, last few. Let's look here. What about a shark? What do you think a shark does in the winter? Does he hibernate or does he migrate? Hibernate or migrate? So a shark is actually a lot like a whale. He likes to go to warmer weather or warmer water. So he swims until he finds some warm water. So we can put him over here to migrate. All right, our last one. Our last one is a hedgehog. What do you think the hedgehog does? Does he hibernate or does he migrate? I don't think we have any of these naturally occurring in Pennsylvania, but if they were in Pennsylvania, they would actually hibernate. So they would sleep through most of the winter. Thank you so much, boys and girls. Stay tuned. We're going to sing a song. Bye.